Today on the show we talk about some magic. Hello and welcome to the show with Issues. I'm Auram, and for the longest time, magic has been an interesting concept in fiction, especially comic books. So while I was thinking up topics for today's show, a question popped into my head. Does magic really exist in the Marvel Universe? So that's what we're going to figure out today. Let's get started. Alright, so first we need to really get to the core of what magic is in any sense of the imagination. So if you look up the word in the dictionary, it will probably tell you something along the lines of the art of producing an illusion. This is a very broad and vague definition and doesn't really apply to the fictional magic that you may see in stuff like Harry Potter. Sure, you're creating things, but the magic we see in fiction takes on the concept that those illusions are real, like creating something from nothing. This is where the concept gets a little convoluted though. What if we just label things we can't understand as magic? What if magic is just extremely advanced technology or science? These are questions that are brought up a lot that are never really answered 100%. In the Marvel Universe, magic is normally just explained as being very advanced science, unless otherwise stated. Take Dr. Doom for example. He's been seen to cast spells and use traditional magic in the past, but this is not because he's a wizard or anything like that. Just that he's studied the arts of magic heavily, and because of this can cast spells, like the recently used inversion spell during the huge Axis event. Dr. Doom is probably the most confusing example of this though, seeing as he's a blend of tech and magic. So let's take a simpler magician, Dr. Strange. Dr. Strange, just like Doom, studied heavily in the mystic arts to attain his status as Sorcerer Supreme. Strange almost exclusively uses magic and has been seen using extremely powerful spells throughout Marvel continuity. Strange seems to be a more powerful magician than Doom though. He can exist in any plane of reality and is one of the most powerful magicians, if not people, in the Marvel Universe because of this. So why can Strange do this kind of magic while others can't? This is probably because of Strange's experience and the resources that he has at his disposal as the Sorcerer Supreme, like his trademark Eye of Agamotto. So at this point, it's pretty easy to make the claim that magic exists, right? Well, not exactly. See, magic in the Marvel Universe, just like any other kind of technology, requires a source. The source for magic is all around us, and the only difference between a magician and any other schmuck is the knowledge and ability to tap into that and use it, like electricity and matter. This really just comes down to opinion at this point. Yes, magic exists if you define it as teleportation, transformation, and stuff like that, but that can also be achieved by super advanced technology. Very blurry lines when you're trying to differentiate between the two. That is, of course, until you get into the different realms of magic, most notably order and chaos magic. Chaos magic is probably the most powerful magic force in the Marvel Universe. It involves the manipulation of the fabric of existence and reality itself. Chaos magic is considered a taboo amongst magicians. In fact, Dr. Strange didn't even believe it existed for the longest time. That is, until Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, came around. Now, before I talk about her, I should probably say that this is a very muddy subject right now, as a lot of her continuity is being retconned, like the possibility of her not being a mutant. Anyway, as far as we know, Wanda is a mutant, and her mutant ability allows her to inherently tap into and use chaos magic. Whether it's under her control or not is really up to the writer and the circumstances. She's also had some formal training in the mystic arts, but she doesn't really seem to use that knowledge much. This is the closest you're going to get to true fantasy-style magic. I think the Marvel Universe is just one of those types of fiction where magic and science go hand in hand, and is really just up to the writer how far they want to take it. If you want to point someone in the direction of Marvel magic, definitely take a look at Dr. Strange's interdimensional plane-hopping adventures, and the antics that Scarlet Witch gets herself caught up in. Maybe I just really want to see Harry Potter team up with Iron Man. I don't know. Hi guys, this is Editor Auram here, and I just wanted to say before we move on to the next segment that I have some books to recommend for Doc Strange and Scarlet Witch. So for Doctor Strange, I'd probably send you in the direction of Jonathan Hickman's New Avengers run. It's pretty current right now. It's actually has to do with the larger Marvel Universe, and Doctor Strange is a big part in that. As for Scarlet Witch, I would probably recommend House of M and Avengers vs. X-Men. She's a big part of both of those stories, especially House of M. Anyway, back to the video. Another relatively small week for me in preparation for May's Secret Wars. I'll be picking up 4 titles, including Loki, Agent of Asgard issue 12, Silk issue 2, and all new Captain America issue 5. I'm actually really excited for Silk issue 2, just because I want to see if it holds up to the first issue. Marvel and DC stuff with my pull list, go! That's it for this week. If you noticed that the news segment was missing, I can explain. If you didn't notice, then you're either new to the show or have a really bad memory. Anyway, I decided to go ahead and do away with the news segment for two reasons. One is that I'm really not a news source, and as such can't reliably and accurately get the news to you each week, especially seeing as I'm a very Marvel-biased person, and as such will pay more attention to that. The other reason is that I just wasn't having very much fun writing that segment. It's basically just filler to beef up the video. That being said, I'm definitely going to try and brainstorm to come up with another third segment that I really enjoy making, so look forward to that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Next time, it's not so dang hot in the studio. Now, before I talk about her, though, I should probably say that this is a very muddy subject right now, as a lot of her continuity is being retconned. Like, the possibility of her not being a mutant. A mutant! She's not a mutant. It was a mutant. It was a mutant with cow powers.